Hello everyone, Ed with Slow Car Fix. Today I am going on a little bit of a journey to pick up a car and some parts, and I'm going to take you along with me. So this car is a car that I've wanted for a long time. I've had a couple similar to it, but not this exact model. Well, I guess I have. Anyways, this car in particular, I saw at a show in 2016. It belongs to a friend of mine that who's owned it since 2005 or 6. And I remember seeing it. I remember looking at it and thinking, this is a good one, and if it ever comes up for sale, I need to grab it. I don't remember much else about it. I remember the color. I remember that it looked in really good, solid, original condition. I know that it's had a new engine rebuilt. I know that the front and rear suspension have been done. I know it's a solid car. Anyways, I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen it since then. Since 2016, it's 2022 now. However, I bought it, and it's paid for. So I guess I'm going to find out what that's all about. I'm also going to go and pick up the Volkswagen engine and transmission from the gentleman that rebuilt my transmission and cleaned up my engine and put dual carbs on it and all that sort of stuff. So I'll find out what all that's about and give him a pile of money. Also meeting some people along the way. My friend Dave is picking up 4 tires from me. And I'm meeting with the lady that bought the bench seat that I was going to install on my 57 truck. So it's a full day, full 2 days, because I'm going to stay overnight. Because where I'm going to get the car is about 3.5 hours away from here. So it should fill some of this empty space in the shop. I've got my 2014 Dodge Ram, trusty steed, hooked on to the to my car trailer, and the Ram has somebody was commenting on it on Facebook the other day, saying that they weren't sure that it could pull anything, and I said, obviously you don't know me very well, because I pull a lot of stuff with that truck. So it has 225,000 kilometers on it. Bought it new in 14. It's been a great truck. So touch wood, should still be good today. Should handle the car on the trailer, the engine and transmission. This car comes with the original engine, so there's that. Plus, I understand the car is loaded with parts, so that'll be interesting. It should be a good time. So we're leaving here shortly, my wife and I, and we are going to stop on the way to drop the seat off and to drop the tires. And then we're going to get the car, have lunch with them, and then going to get the Volkswagen stuff. I think that's how it's going to go.
It has ramps. I'm envisioning you making this be one of those fast forwarding videos where you go running around the car 100 miles an hour doing this.
She thought we were going to get back.
I assured her that you brought all kinds of stuff for if it wouldn't start because you weren't sure whether it would start or not, so you were prepared. You didn't say that's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
got us a little hotel room. I don't know why it has like a whole nother wing here. It's like an apartment. It's a kitchen. I don't know what that's about. I got my homework to do. I've got all my paperwork on the car that I have to go through and see what the hell it is that we bought. And take it easy for tonight. Morning fill up. I have to take the plate off this thing because we're going on a toll road that has video tolls, and I don't want this plate to get charged with toll fees. Okay, plate is off. Finish filling up, and then a couple hours and we'll be home. That's a lot. Hello. So I just dropped off my wife to pick up her car from my friend Greg's shop. Dropped off the Volkswagen stuff at Greg's shop as well. Now I'm driving home, about 10 minutes from home, so that's handy. So far so good, no issues. Truck's working as it should. It's never a problem. Some people might talk about how I load Corvairs frontwards. A lot of people will load Corvairs backwards. On this trailer, the axle setback is back far enough that the engine is over the axles, and I always tow with this trailer with the Corvairs on frontwards. So when I bought this trailer, I had that in mind. I don't like the idea of putting a Corvair on backwards on a trailer unless absolutely necessary, because if you have a convertible Corvair, it's hard on the top to tow it backwards with the top up, and if you have it the top down, it's really hard on the windshield frame, and puts a lot of stress on that going backwards, and also makes it hard on fuel. So when I was buying an open trailer, I bought one with the axle set back far enough that a Corvair can go on frontwards, and the powertrain is right over the axles, and it doesn't dog trail or anything. It tows beautiful. I can do 120 kilometers an hour down the highway, so it's about 70 miles an hour down the highway, no problems, no worries, pretty stress-free. Car looks good. I haven't really looked it over more than what I've showed you guys. Here's my air freshener. Tires are way too big. They're 215, 70, 14s, so they're gonna have to get changed. I'm not sure on the wheels. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the wheels. They're like a Chevy rally wheel. I've got lots of parts in here. Corsa dash right here. So curious to see what you guys think. So I gotta get home, get this unloaded, and then my buddy's borrowing my trailer. The race is on because my bug is on his trailer. It's the shell game. So, and then another friend of mine, it's always the same, like 3 friends. So another friend of mine is coming over to give me a hand to get the engine and transmission. There's a spare engine and spare transmission that came with this car in the back of the truck. So he's going to give me a hand to get that out and muscle that around. The car is full of parts. It's not too bad. It's mostly smaller trim stuff and anything that was not anything that I wanted to hang on to. Like he had old brake stuff and stuff like that. I just left it there because I've got enough of that kind of stuff around. I don't really need it. But anything that looked good and serviceable and cleaned up, I took. I was glad to take. Very fortunate for everything, but I'm quite happy to have ended up with this car. It's a bit of a shell game. I bought the green Corsa that I sold to my friend Richard. I've known about this car for a long time. It's a friend of mine's car. He's an older gentleman, and
it just so happened that I ran into him at our Corvair Club Christmas dinner, and he said, well, I'm thinking maybe now's the time to sell my car. And I thought, I just bought one 2 weeks ago. It's only like, I don't know, I'll get the exact number, but there's only like 500 and something made in Oshawa 66 Corsa coupes. And I had two of them at once. So I had the green one and then I bought this one. Not home yet, but so now Richard was very happy to buy the green one from me. It all worked out. And then I got the one that I've wanted for a long time. So quite happy about that. So it'll be interesting to get pictures this summer of Richard's green 66 Corsa coupe and this Aztec bronze one. This one's a lower serial number. It's an earlier car. It's like 887, and Richard's is much later. So this one has the smaller wedding band taillights and a couple little things like that. He's got an electric fuel pump on it. He's got an inertia switch for accidents, rollovers, oil pressure switch for cutoff for if the, I think it's cuts the fuel off if there's no oil pressure, something like that. I don't usually install those, but it has it all, so I'm going to enjoy that. It's got headrests, which is kind of neat. I don't see that it has a day-night mirror. It's got a push-button radio. It's got belts. It's got some options. So it's a decently optioned car. I think he added the headrests, I'm pretty sure. They are factory correct headrests, but I don't think this was a headrest car. Yeah. Fit and finish on it's pretty good. It's got a couple of bubbles that I'm going to have to get fixed. The whole car doesn't have to be painted though, so that's a plus. The green one that I had probably could stand a paint job all over. And it had a few more breakout spots. Breakout spots are very common for any car that's spent any time in Canada. We use salt. It sucks. So, fortunately, this car doesn't have a lot of that. It's been painted. The paint looks good. It just has a couple of spots that are broken out that I'll have to get fixed and get blended in to the existing paint job. It'll be more than good enough. The car's not perfect, but it's quite nice. And the underside is probably as good as I've seen on an Oshawa built car. They're usually get pretty tough underneath and they've been patched up. This one has no patches, so that's good. I've had a couple of 66 Corsas, probably more than a couple. Can't remember. Anyways, I've had a 66 Corsa convertible that was built in Oshawa that now belongs to the current president of our Corvair Club, and that's one of 211 built. I owned that for a little while, so that was kind of neat. But I like the coupes. I wanted a coupe to keep, so this is a coupe to keep. So I like the color. I really like the color. Aztec bronze. It's like a brown with an orange and a copper. It's kind of neat. Looks better now that it's washed. But really, could it use a paint job all over? I don't know. It's just got a couple of spots. Should be able to fix them up. It's quite enjoyable as it is. The tires on it are ancient and way too big, and it rides not as well because of those tires, but it's actually pretty smooth. Typical Corvair stuff. Takes a minute for the took a minute for the valve train to quiet down after sitting for a bit. Had to pressurize and all that good stuff, but that's normal. They're all like that when they sit for a minute. But it's smooth when I drive it. It's great. I lost center cap already, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it overall. I noticed that I have one. Actually, Richard was here today and pointed that out to me. One of my reverse lights isn't correct. They should be these wedding band style for the early 66. I have. I might have one. I think I have one because I think I got a pile of parts with this car that I got to go through.
just show you the inside. Now I still have to clean it, but that's the carpet's faded. It might be original. If it's original, then I'll leave it because I find the aftermarket carpets are not great. So I'd rather have a faded original carpet than an aftermarket carpet that doesn't fit very well. Clutch feels good. Everything feels good. The headrests are kind of cool. I've got a wood wheel that I'd like to put on it, so I'm probably going to have to get one of the adapters and put that on it. I think it's got the seat rail extenders because normally Corvairs, you sit pretty close to the steering wheel, and then once you go slide this one back, it went way back. So I think it's got seat rail extenders on it. All in all, pretty good shape, pretty solid. A couple little things. I have to clean it some more. That was just a quick wash, but like I haven't polished it or anything, and it's pretty good. So I'm happy. Like I said, I got to get some different tires, probably different wheels. Not really fan of these wheels. A friend of mine has offered to set me up with some gold-colored BBS fake kind of wheels that look nice, and I might use them. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what the gold will look like on this car. Might look all right. Might go just fine. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the LED thing in the back window, so that's going to go. I do have a bit of a couple of wires that I want to fix in the engine bay. Battery hold down isn't holding the new battery that I had to buy a new battery. Battery hold down isn't holding the new battery very well, so I gotta fix that. I don't really like the 66 battery hold downs. I kind of like the 65 better because it has a loop that goes over the top of the battery instead of just a little thing that's on the side of it. So that's her. Okay, this is a little different video for me. This is more of a vlog style video or whatever you call it, where I'm just driving around and picked up my car. No welding in this video. That's kind of cool. I don't think this car is going to take much. Set of tires. I got to go through and adjust the shifter. Because the transmission and diff were like just put in. I've probably driven it more than he has since it was put in. But everything else is really good. So I think I'll just go through it, change the oil, check the gear oil, and just give it a once over. I'll put it on the lift, give it a once over from front to back, and figure out what I'm doing for wheels, take it and get it certified for safe for the road, and throw a set of tires on it, start driving it. It's nice to have one that I don't really have to do a lot to, because everything else seems to need a ton of work all the time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully you stuck with me the whole way through. I'm pretty happy. Even my wife kind of likes it, so that's good. If you like this style of video, let me know. It's probably going to be more like this in the summertime as I'm driving them more and working on them less. That's the hope anyways. Still working on the 57 truck. Took a break from it for this weekend. I'll be back in it. I'll be back into the Volkswagen shortly. Hopefully we can sort that out pretty quick. And hopefully all my cars, besides the 55, will be running and driving it on the road and then being able to be enjoyed this summer.